I am your host with the most. So have a toast, Leila Johnson, man. You are here on the Follow the Leader Sports Podcast, man. And we are here. Listen, tonight is the fight, man, between Alycia Baumgardner and Leila Bowden. She's one of the greatest out there. Alycia Baumgardner. Leila is a hell of a fighter. Alycia Baumgardner is the IBF World Super Featherweight Champion and the WBO Super Featherweight Champion. Excuse me. And she been good. 16-1, 7 KOs, been one of the best. From Detroit, where they raise them hard, man. She is one of the best. Fighting in Jake Paul's team tonight. Good card. Make sure y'all tune in. It will be on tonight. Tune in for that fight on Netflix because also the Jake Paul Anthony Joshua bout is going on. No, it's not an exhibition, y'all. Not an exhibition. That is going to be a bout. That is going to be a heavyweight bout. All right. That's going to be something big. Now, let's go to this. Let's get here. Where should we go? It's a lot to talk about. A lot to talk about. We got Claressa Shields fight coming up. Let's talk Leila Ali Shields. Let's talk Baumgardner Shields. Let's talk next this, next that. Let's head right to it. Listen, man. We all know what's going on. We want to start first. We want to start first by talking about the single fights. I want to get more into the single fights coming up because these girls deserve that. We don't need to just talk about one thing, we need to talk about both. We're talking about first the Leila Baum versus Claressa, versus Leila Bowden versus Alycia Baumgardner. Listen, talking about both records, Leila Bowden is 13-1. I'm saying coming to state her claim, going against Alycia Baumgardner, who is 16-1 also. So we're trying to see who's going to get two losses here. We talk about two good fights here that are going to happen with Claressa Shields and Frenchon Crews-Dezurn, and we're talking about Alycia Baumgardner and Leila Bowden. So big implications here. To me, it's big because there's been a lot of things going on that we're going to clear up all that. First, let's go to Alycia Baumgardner. Alycia Baumgardner fights tonight. Going to be a big bout. No question. They had to weigh in. Alycia Baumgardner 129. Leila Bowden is 130. Weighed in. They've been facing off. Wow, facing off, man. They ready for it. Going to be a good fight. Two good fighters. Man, listen, I'm ready for it. I'm ready to see Jake Paul fight tonight. I'm ready to see Alycia Baumgardner. Alycia Baumgardner is one of my favorite boxers out there. And, Leila, I've seen her a couple of bouts. It's going to be something to see. It's going to be an impressive matchup. We're going to see how that goes and if Alycia Baumgardner can come out. She weighed in once again at 129. And Alycia is at 130. Big time bout here, man. We talking about something that's going to go down that can make Alycia Baumgardner is growing her legacy more and more. Can mess around and be 17-1 after this bout. Could get an 8 knockout, but it's going to be a hard one. This is a tough bout here. Baumgardner is one of them ones, though. She's one of those ones, so it's going to be a good fight to see. Talking about who Baumgardner fought last time. Made example. Talk about Jennifer Miranda. Jennifer Miranda's an impressive fighter. She made mincemeat out of her. Good fight. It was a good fight. But if you look at the fight, if you're watching it, man, she picked her apart. Miranda's a good fighter, though. Now it's time to see what Baumgardner does next after this fight. Who does she get? Who's next? Who's up the bout? We're going to be doing more until that the future goes on about Baumgardner because, man, listen, what I'm going to talk more about, we're going to get into it, is what's going on next and what could happen and what should happen. Let's go into Leila Ali and what she says about fighting Claressa Shields. Now, there was a $15 million mark out there, and Claressa put it up. Claressa was quick with it. All right, put it up. And Leila didn't accept it for whatever reason. We don't know. But let's talk about just how big this fight is. Now, listen, Shields has a big fight coming. Super huge. Baumgardner has a fight now. Shields' fight is with Frenchon Crews-Dezurn on February 22nd. She's with Salida Promotions. Baumgardner fights with MVP. Two big powerhouses in the boxing game right now. Two big powerhouse boxers we're talking about, female boxers. Definitely legends, living legends. In this photo here, you see Serrano. Serrano's also one of the best pound for pound. Okay, we got Cruz there. I mean, listen, this is a big picture here. This is when they was all smiling together. That's when it was all together. They was cool. Everything was great. Don't know what happened in between then, but we do know before this, it was like this. It was like this, man. It was like this. Both girls from Detroit, both brawlers. I mean, this fight would be the dream fight because both girls are brawlers. They come from the same place. They fought for what they want. Baumgardner went through a situation before she had to come back to boxing. That would be the fight. That would be the fight there. Now, let's go to what we're talking about. Alycia Baumgardner versus Claressa Shields. I talked to Salida. He was on a Spaces on Twitter. Forgot the guy. I'm going to let y'all know his name more. Shout out to him. I'm not saying your name. I forgot your name, my guy. I mean, just met him, man. He's a real good friend. Cool with Salida. Dimitri Salida is Claressa Shields' manager. Just got $8 million. Just gave her $8 million deal, which also went records. When records will do her music and also help her get a fight scheduled. That $8 million deal does a lot for her music and for boxing, right? Come here. And we talk about Alycia Baumgardner. That is the manager of Jake Paul. He's also, one of the guys that gets MVP rolling. That's the guy. Now, what he said was, in order for, because I'm going to go back to Salida, Alycia said, in order for Baumgardner and Shields to fight, Shields would have to come down to his level. If she wants to get the highest payday of her career, she comes down and gets it. Now, I talked to Salida a couple of days ago on the Spaces. He was talking his business, talking everything. He said that he called Baumgardner's manager, and no progress. And he said, and I was like, this is just like the Canelo Alvarez, Terrence Crawford. He's like, no, he's kind of a little smirking and guy hosting, I forgot his name, my bad guy. He was like, no, this is not like that because Crawford moved up to fight Alvarez. Crawford moved up to fight Alvarez. I said, right. So at the same time, I'm saying, right, like, okay, so who's going to move up or who's going to move down? That's what I'm waiting for. And basically on that talk, he was like, Baumgardner's side is not serious. So which one's talking? We're going to have us a leader on High Level Sports Talk next week. What's the thing? I want to find out more on this situation too. Okay, Salida told me that they're not serious. And I'm hearing from Alycia that he's saying Salida's not serious. Basically, by saying that Claressa won't move down, that means he knows for sure if Claressa wants the highest payday of her life, she'll come move down. What I'm hearing about Baumgardner, basically, I think Salida wants Baumgardner to move up to her. He didn't say anything about. But I want to know if I'm for real about it. If I'm serious, we're going to have Salida on High Level Sports Talk next week. I want to know if it's serious enough. This is serious that Baumgardner won't move up or Shields won't move down. What's the problem? Does Baumgardner not want to move up or Shields don't want to move down? How is this going? What is the real? This is the number one fight you want to see in boxing, in women's boxing. This would take women's boxing something different, take it to another level. You put other bouts under this to make it huge. You put MVP and Salida involved. I've talked to Salida. I've talked to Salida about a lot of things. I've talked to Leila about his fighters too. We're going to come back to that and say that. Let's go. Claressa Shields versus Frenchon Crews-Dezurn. Big fight. Super big fight. Shout out to Papoose and Claressa, man. They make being a couple look real good, man. They really do their thing and represent each other. That's the most thing I'm impressed about. They hold down each other very good. It's totally different. I'm not commenting on Remy or nothing. I don't know that. That's not my business to comment on what I think looked like it was or what this looks like more than no. My thing is this looks strong. Looks very strong. And I think just congratulations to their whole thing there and how that's going down. Now, more on Claressa Shields. Bow. Speaking of Papoose, who in the middle? Man, it's a supporting board right there. This is a power couple. This is a real power couple, bro. Are we looking at this as a power couple? I'm proud of this shit, man. Because, Papoose been one of the hardest lyrically for a long time, working hard at his craft. Good, you hear it. I don't know him personally, but you hear he's a good dude. Shout out to the guy with the win record right next door. Yo, if they ain't plugging, who plugging? Salida Promotions up top. Everything is there, boy. What's up, Dimitri Salida? Shout out to him. And man, Frenchon Crews-Dezurn, listen, man, she's impressive, very impressive. Against Shadeja Green, she won. Shadeja looked good against Savannah Marshall. I heard, Shields giving mouth on Breakfast Club talking about, look, they both listen. Shadeja ain't nothing to her. Nobody's nothing to her. She gonna say that. Nobody's nothing to her, man. What you doing? What you gonna think? What you thought? What you thought? Nobody's nothing to her, man. She has respect, but nobody's nothing. Bow. Champ time, man. I love when you got to fight with a bunch of belts. Love when you got to fight with a bunch of belts, man. This is it. It's gonna be. I'm definitely gonna be February 22nd. All eyes up, and just like tonight, all eyes is up. Women boxing is for real, man. Where y'all at? If y'all boxing fans, y'all ain't watching women's boxing. You know what? You're a chump. You're a chump. And I'm not saying that just say, go support. No, that means you're not a real boxing fan. They're not just getting down like back in the day. Even they're better than when Chrissy Martin and Leila was doing. They're more competitive girls. More girls is up in their ante because of what Leila and them did back in the day. Now, these girls is Avengers out here, man. They beating people up. Beating them up, man. I'm loving this fight. And Cruz this is part 2, too. This is ain't nothing like a part 2. Like Serrano and Taylor. Nothing like a part 2 when Tarver and Jones fought all them time. And nothing like a part 2, part 3, Frazier, Ali. Nothing like a part 2. I'm looking forward to Canelo Alvarez will do the rematch with Crawford. We all know about that. I'm looking forward to that. This is a big fight. Now to go back. The Shields and Baumgardner. Once again, 2 Detroit girls getting down. This is a matter of fact, this right here is the time Shields came out and supported Baumgardner. So before all this fighting, this is like almost a Pac and Biggie. For real, this is almost a Pac and Biggie because realistically, Pac and Biggie is both from New York. Pac represented California, and I will let that be recognized. Pac represented California. Anything that Papoose is doing too out there, man, I gotta say it again because I love hip hop. Support it. Bars on Wheels, support it. Straight up, Papoose is one of them ones, man. Not really one of them ones, man. Anybody in the game, and I'm being real about rap, Papoose can deal with Jay-Z, Lil Wayne, any of them. Lyrically, we're talking lyrically. We're not talking, people like, you must be crazy. No, if you take the mic off, if you turn the beat off, how about that one? Turn the beat off. How about that? Okay, now, back to this. It's just what needs to be done. Like, what needs to be done? When I talk to Salida, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about fighters because I also talked about to Salida about some guys from Salida Promotions. Maybe Jarnell Miller can fight Jake Paul. And right now, Claressa probably like, I should punch him in the face. Because Claressa said, if Jake Paul don't beat if Anthony Joshua don't beat Jake Paul, she gonna go up personally and punch him in his face because you know what I mean. We don't think that's really gonna happen. It wasn't like she's scared of nobody or nothing. But I'm just saying she's basically hypothetically saying you lose to Jake Paul, it's like somebody just punches. It's like me punching you in the face. It's basically an insult to your whole character and an insult to boxing. So she's basically putting the pressure on Anthony Joshua, and this is not an exhibition because if he beats Anthony Joshua, and it's crazy because I see what Papoose is saying too. If he beats Anthony Joshua without even any fights to go up in the weight class, he didn't fight no other heavyweights to go earn this. He just got this. You know, he gave up the money. What I'm hearing, some $90 million a piece. Is that what happened? 40 million was going to Tank, and you mean to tell me you're going to give Joshua more? Woo! I don't know if that's real, but Lord, that's some crazy money right there, man. Crazy money. But for real, I'm really up on that. I'm talking to Demetrius Alita. I'm talking to another guy. Bring up that name. Nikisa Badarian, talking to both of y'all. What can happen? Make it work. Whatever Badarian's saying, if he wants you, what if he tell you, yo, Claressa, we need Claressa to move down? You gonna move down? Is Claressa gonna do that? Like, will she do that after this fight, or when would she do that? If it's like, no, Baumgardner, move up. Baumgardner, you gonna move up? Because whoever rejects who is saying no, then you know something can be counted against you. They say, oh, Claressa, you won't move down. You scared of Baumgardner? Or Baumgardner, you won't move up. You scared of Claressa? Or it could just be blank. Because if you don't move up, or one don't move up, it's a non-existent fight. So people gonna basically be like, they'll eventually forget about it. But they'll know who don't want to move up and who won't move down. They'll know that. But what is holding up? Who's holding up who? I mean, serious, like right now. Nikisa said that if she wants the biggest payday of her life, and you know he got that money. He gave Mike Tyson that money. He was about to get Davis that money. Josh was getting that money. Claressa Shields should move down and fight Baumgardner. And Claressa Shields is a beast. She can fight whoever. She's calling out everybody. Why? My thing is, man, if this could make the best fight in female boxing history, in my opinion, say what you want. Biggest payday, biggest draw the biggest crowd in history, biggest payday for both. Why wouldn't Shields move down and just go get that money? It's big, man. This is gonna be a big fight, man. Big fight tonight. Alycia Baumgardner versus Leila Beaudoin, excuse me. I'm saying that wrong. Please, y'all forgive me. It's big. This is a big fight. This is a big fight that we're going to see, and I'm really amped up for it. And I'm really amped up. We could also talk about Laila Ali, man. I really want to talk something about Laila Ali. And listen, the fight was already put down. The money was put down, everything, man. Let's go to that one. The fight, and listen, this is a picture of Baumgardner and Laila Ali. Ain't that crazy? Baumgardner. Tonight. Laila Ali was $15 million. She said she would get the right money, and Claressa came right out the gate like she always does. That's why I'm thinking about this $15 million. She'll move down. She'll move down, won't she? Or the biggest thing is Crawford moved up. So I really, to be honest, and it don't matter because one needs to do it, but I think Baumgardner should move up. Crawford moved up. Baumgardner should move up. I think she should prove to it because, you know, she's saying a lot of stuff. She just saw you in person and say it. Like, dang, why would Claressa go see her in person? Or see her in person and say something if it wasn't going to be a fight? Or did she come to her and say, move up and fight me? I wonder, did she say that to her? If she said that to her, then Baumgardner, what's up? What's up? Move up and fight. It's a lot of work moving up, but man, do you really want that fight? I mean, you know, Crawford was about legacy to get Alvarez. Or you really can't. This is legacy. If you move up and beat her, this is a whole nother game. And then just moving up, period, and then losing the fight. If you lose the fight, at least you moved up with the effort and knowing how much of a champion you were before, because you can always go back down there because you tearing it up. You know what I'm saying? So this is big here. And Leila, man, come on, Leila, stop playing. Stop playing. You just came out and threw a straight. That was a dud, man. That's like shooting a dud. Shooting blanks. Why would you say that if they come up with the right money, you'll do it? Then when somebody come up with, so did you put out the figure that then and see if she came up with it after the 15 million? Then you was like, come on, that was all hype. And we thinking that it was gonna happen, that Leila was just, come on, man. You shouldn't have came out like you're Muhammad Ali's daughter. Now you done like stamped and stepped on the legacy. You got to come out and fight. You after saying what you said, now it's time to come out and fight. Because Claressa came out like it was like Claressa came out of nowhere, man, and made it happen. You got to come out and fight now. She came out and like, dog, she came out. It wasn't even a breath. She didn't even take a breath. She burped and came up with the 15 million. And came up with the 15 million. Like, soon as you blinked, she was right there. Like, you blinked and was like, dang, I didn't even finish my interview. It was already out there. And come on, Leila. That is so much of a priceless matchup. Even if you lose, it's big for boxing to see Leila come and fight. But it's like everybody think you're gonna lose now. They think you're gonna get demolished, man. So it's crazy. But then we got the Baumgardner. There's two people, it seemed like, kind of ducking Claressa Shields, man. Elite fighters, legends, Hall of Famers. Man, I'm just saying, like, listen, man, after this fight tonight, I'm going to be more on it. I'm going to be more on who should be doing this. Like, that's the fight we need to see. Baumgardner. That's what fights is about, the big fights that happen. Leila, I mean, come on, that's two fights that Claressa won that ain't even, that nobody's showing up for. She like meet her halfway. But at the same time, with Shields and Baumgardner, will Shields move down and just prove? Because Shields always said she won all the fights. She want to fight all the smoke. So would she work hard? And that's also hard work to go down. Would you go down and fight Alycia Baumgardner? Would you do that to prove that you the baddest out here? You say you the baddest out here. Would you do that? Would you prove you the baddest out here? Would you go out there and do it? Prove to her, are you the baddest? Would you move down to fight Alycia Baumgardner? That would be, listen, the fans want it, everybody want it, and you the baddest. That's what you should do. Because listen, notice when I'm having this interview, I'm going there, I'm arguing from both spots. Hey, Baumgardner, why don't you go move up like Crawford did? Then I'm going on the other spot with Shields. I'm like, well, why don't you move down like Baumgardner did? Why don't you move down and fight Baumgardner? Move down and fight Baumgardner. Because you said you'll go after people. And Leila Ali, I mean, come on, man. I'm even bringing out the thing. Why would you do that? And you're Ali. You're Ali. You just put back, that's your father, right? Why would you put a scar on his legacy like that? You did. Even if he was alive today, said, no, she didn't. No, she didn't. If the great Muhammad Ali was alive, said, no, she didn't. He know that's a scar on the legacy. He just don't care. She don't care right now. But that's Muhammad Ali. Man, it's crazy. But listen, man, I watched the fight tonight. Y'all all watch it on Netflix. Coming on, man. Be there or be square. We out, man. This is Follow Leader. We out.